essential workers have in common?
Quite a lot, you know. Long story short, though, they are both some of the most selfless, hardworking, and strongest people you will ever come across.
And just imagine, there are some people that are both essential workers and parents.
Well, they're just superheroes.
But even heroes need help sometimes.
Oh, yeah, of course. You know, through the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, if you're an essential worker and you have a child or children 7 years old or younger attending a licensed daycare or night care facility, you can qualify for their child care subsidy, where you can get up to $15,000 per child for up to 3 months. All you need to do is apply online or uplift a form from one of the ministry's regional offices or call 223-1745 to find out more.
Even our heroes need help sometimes.
I'm in a rush. Digital got me in a rush. Driving style for the summer. Digital summer rush.
Nobody's doing it big like Digicel this summer. Top up with $1,000 or more and collect the letters to spell the word RUSH for a chance to win one of 3 brand new Toyota Rush SUVs. Yes, you heard it right. 3 brand new Toyota Rush SUVs.
Driving style for the summer. Hey, Digicel summer rush.
Start topping up now.
Guyana, please join me on the Glenn Lal Show, 99.1, 99.5 FM, Kaieteur Radio, every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 7:20 p.m. and a rebroadcast of the next day at 11 a.m. just in case you miss that program.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening. Welcome to this evening's newscast on Kaieteur Radio. Kevin Smith here. Let's get to the news in detail. Vice President Dr. Barrett Jagdeo is blaming the economic troubles currently facing Trinidad and Tobago on the Dutch disease. Since 2019, Kaieteur News pointed out that the state its sister CARICOM country found itself in, trapped in years of declining growth. With dwindling oil production, the country had no choice but to start restructuring its economy away from oil. Dr. Jagdeo said Ghana will have to ensure it utilizes its oil money to build a strong non-oil economy. The government intends to overhaul the Natural Resource Fund, which was put in place by the previous David Granger administration. The vice president said the Irfanali administration will come up with a program for spending that will go through a parliamentary process. He said the process will allow scrutiny, where all the questions can be asked by the public before implementation. He reminded that right now the funds in the NRF are transparent, adding that will continue. In other news, following the crippling effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, many leaders across the globe have renewed their intentions to lead economies that run on cleaner energy. But instead of an immediate switch to renewable projects to prove their pledges are sincere, policy leaders such as those in Guyana have said gas will be used in the interim as the bridge to realizing their clean energy goals. Upon noting this, one international advisor has publicly stated that citizens ought to hear alarm bells when such statements are made, since gas is not a bridge but rather a wall. Specifically making this comment in recent times was Greg Mottet, a senior policy advisor on energy supply at the International Institute for Sustainable Development. Mottet categorically stated that gas impedes rather than enables the energy transition. Further to this, he said the idea of acting as a bridge to the clean energy transition is obsolete thinking. And moving on, Roy Boston, who allegedly stabbed 3 of his drinking partners during a brawl on Saturday night, was reportedly killed by his own cousin at a rum shop located in Swan Village, Linden Susdike Highway. According to police reports, sometime around 22 hours 15 that day, 18-year-old Boston was among his family and friends at the shop when a heated argument turned deadly. It was reported to the police that Boston pulled out a knife and dealt one of the men there a stab to his left side waist and another to his left side back. A resident who resides just opposite the shop said that Boston started to cause trouble with some of the men who were at the shop. There, she said, a fight broke out which caused Boston to inflict the injuries on 3 of the men. She added that Boston's cousin, who was there as well, was trying to get him to control himself by attempting to take away his knife. The resident recalled that Boston ended up attacking his cousin, and in a bid to defend himself, the cousin got hold of the knife and reportedly inflicted the fatal injuries about Boston's body. And moving on, eNetworks Inc., the country's only locally owned telecommunications provider, recently announced that it has increased its fiber optic business service on Fiber Business Ultimate from 475 megabits per second to 675 for the same monthly subscription fee of $29,990, VAT inclusive. With these faster speeds, which are among the most competitively priced in the region, eNetworks said local businesses can easily harness the opportunities provided by advanced technological breakthroughs such as cloud services. In a missive to the press, newly appointed Chief Commercial Officer of eNetworks, Abu Zaman, said these improved access to the cloud and reliable connectivity will enable businesses to achieve a competitive edge by tapping into evolving software, services, and industry platforms while managing costs, as has been shown in other developing countries. And moving on, malnutrition, severe dehydration, internal parasites, and bacterial infections accounted for a majority of cases seen at a recent medical outreach held in 2 Region 1 communities earlier this month. The outreach was held by the Central Islamic Organization of Guyana, or CIOG, and the U.S. Embassy's Civil Affairs team in collaboration with their partners. It began on August 2nd at Port Kaituma and ended on August 6th at Mabaruma. As a result of the exercise, almost 2,500 Region 1 residents, specifically 1,234 from Port Kaituma and 1,226 in Mabaruma, received free medical services in various areas such as general medicine, optometry, pediatrics, internal medicine, dentistry, obstetrics and gynecology, COVID-19 vaccination, COVID-19 testing, and HIV testing. In other news, police ranks at the Vredenhoek Hoop police station are currently investigating the circumstances that led to the death of a man whose body was found on the side of Vredenhoek Hoop New Road, West Coast Demerara, on Sunday. According to a police report, an unknown caller reported that the body of the unidentified man was discovered around 7 hours 30. He was clothed in a brown short-sleeved jersey, blue jeans, and white sneakers. The man was immediately rushed to the West Demerara Regional Hospital by public-spirited citizens, where he was examined by a doctor and pronounced dead. No marks of violence were found on the man's corpse, which is awaiting identification and autopsy. The deceased is of East Indian descent and appears to be in his 30s. And moving on, a woman is among 4 persons to be charged for the murder of her son-in-law, 24-year-old Kieran McPherson. McPherson is a Sophia man who was found dead in a yard with gunshot wounds to his body. According to a police report sent out yesterday, the Director of Public Prosecution has advised that McPherson's mother-in-law, Brenna Nurse, Devon Harry, Nicholas Hercules, and Peter Lamb be charged with his murder. We understand that the 3 men to be charged along with Nurse are her son's friends. McPherson was found dead by police around 4 hours, lying in a yard in Seafield, Sophia. A post-mortem had later revealed that he was killed by a gunshot wound to his abdomen. Police had believed that his death had stemmed from a triangular love affair and had arrested McPherson's girlfriend and a man. The girlfriend has since been released from custody by police.
And that's the news of the moment. Remember to get the full details of these stories, pick up a copy of the Kaieteur News. And don't forget, you can catch us on the MyTuner app as well as the Radio Garden app. You can also keep up to date by liking our Facebook page at Kaieteur Radio and subscribing to our YouTube channel, Kaieteur Radio Livestream. Oh, also catch our stream at www.kaieteurnewsonline.com/radio.